Password, sir?
Fidelio.
Thank you, sir.
Today, we're talking about Eyes Wide Shut and that strange mansion that the cult does their rituals in. I've definitely uncovered a few secrets about the party and the mansion, and to explain that, we may have to talk about a few unusual concepts such as sacred architecture and sacred geometry.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can we be of any help?
Well, I suppose you'd like the password.
If you'd like, sir.
Fidelio.
Thank you, sir. We'll run you up to the house.
Now, in Eyes Wide Shut, you see Tom Cruise pull up to the mansion, and we see the outside of it. Then when he goes inside, we see the beautiful interior of this place. But if you didn't know, these were several different locations that were used for the filming. And all three places have a strange history. The outside shots are of a place called Mentmore Towers in Buckinghamshire, England. This was built for the famous family of bankers, the Rothschilds. Conspiracy theories swirl around them, and they famously had a masked party in 1972, where you can see a couple of the masks even look similar to some of the Eyes Wide Shut masks. Salvador Dali was there. We could probably do a whole video just on this party, and maybe I will next week, but let's get back to the mansion. The interior shots were filmed at Highclere Castle in Hampshire, England, and also at Elvedon Hall in Suffolk. I think they actually filmed Downton Abbey there, but since both of the interiors are so ornate and built around the same time in the mid-1800s, it can be a bit hard to tell them apart. Now, if we're going to actually ask what secrets this mansion holds, one of the concepts we need to talk about is sacred architecture, because the building itself is actually important in why Kubrick chose this place for the main set piece of Eyes Wide Shut. So basically, sacred architecture is the design and building of an intentional space devoted to religious worship of some kind, including religious rituals or chanting or prayers. And one of the main themes you see in a lot of religious or sacred architectural spaces is what I'm going to call the light from above. You can see it here in this church from Iceland called Hallgrímskirkja. You can see the way the light sort of radiates down. Now look at this scene from Eyes Wide Shut, and you can literally see a light from above that's shining down on the ritual, illuminating it. Here's another example from Japan. This is St. Mary's Cathedral in Tokyo, and it's even more pronounced here, where you can see a light from above, illuminating the church below in natural light, in what almost seems like a pyramid-shaped space. And again, you see it here in St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Seattle, shafts of natural light from above, illuminating the church below, but this time it's in a triangle shape. But look again at Red Cloak. He's illuminated in a light from above while he's performing his ritual, but this is definitely taking place after midnight, so it can't be natural light. There's actually a lot of strange lighting conditions inside the mansion. We never really see the source of the cascade of light for the ritual, but it's a clue that this is a sacred space, a place where rituals happen. Next, we have to talk about sacred geometry, which refers to ornate shapes found throughout nature and in religious symbolism. Many churches, mosques, and synagogues use sacred geometry forms in their architectural blueprints. the pyramids at Giza could be considered a religious monument too. Now look at these interiors of Elfden Hall, where some of the Eyes Wide Shut mansion scenes were filmed, and you can see in the intricate detail it's very suggestive of a mandala, a spiritual tool made of geometric shapes that dates back thousands of years in India and can be used for meditation or trance induction. No surprise some of the interiors invoke this sacred geometric pattern similar to a mandala because the man that built this was a Maharaja from India named Duleep Singh. He wanted his new house in England to remind him of the fabulous palaces he knew back in India. Now look at this shot of Tom Cruise inside the mansion. Behind him you see a light framed inside an ornate arch. It almost looks like a mandala geometric form. If these sacred geometric shapes can be used for meditation or trance induction, then were these locations chosen for their potential to put people in a trance? Some of the guests at the party definitely seem like they could be in a trance. And with that incense that Red Cloak is using in the ceremony, and the weird chanting music, that could also be used to sort of put the cult members in a trance. It's probably already a bit disorienting since they're all wearing masks. So, let me tell you, there's actually a lot more sacred geometry in this film than just the house architecture, but we can save that for another day. To sum up, the bizarre secret of the mansion itself seems to be that it was chosen for the type of sacred architecture and sacred geometry that the locations themselves seem to possess. Perhaps it's their power to put people in a trance or evoke a religious experience because of how they were designed and built. Well, that's my video for today on the mansion of Eyes Wide Shut. I hope you liked it. I'm definitely working on some more and hope to have them up soon. Sorry if my voice was a little scratchy. It's been very rainy here in New York. Also, a trivia question for you. Do you notice anything unusual about this movie poster? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for spending time with me and have a good day.
Blindfolded. What? Yeah. I play blindfolded. You're putting me on. No, it's the truth. And the last time, the blindfold wasn't on so well.